When he is up in the air, there's not a player in the game, in my opinion, that the fear he instills in his opponent and the viewers watching. When Seiko pops the ball up, all eyes are on that.
Well, Endpoint is ready to go, but the team that was able to give them a 3-0 at the Fall Major was on the other side of the pitch. It's Renegades.
Here we are again. It's awesome to be back, and yeah, I think there's a lot of energy now here in LA with the crowd coming back for the first time. So for this major, we've been boot camping for 2 weeks. I guess you could say we're the best prepared we have been so far. So really ready to go. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's it. They're still in danger. CJ with a second strike.
I think it's super important to practice hard and train hard, and particularly in OCE, whenever we can, when we do qualify for these big events, it's crucial to go on boot camp. This major, we just really want to keep working on what we built over in Sweden. We had a really strong performance, taking down some top teams, so this time if we can push that a little bit further, that'd be great, and hopefully, yeah, we can put in a strong show.
Fever's been really great in terms of his read, in terms of his straight touches. And how does he read that?
I just like to say thank you to everyone back home, everyone supporting us. We're here to put up a fight, we're not just here for a holiday, so get behind us. We've worked hard and we're ready.
Part of that video is Fever not knowing what to do with chains.
He's like, yeah, I guess I'll punch with them. Like, but CJ, the oldest man here, old at 23. I'm way too old for this job. But CJ, the one thing I love about Renegades is if they would have clinched probably by Regional 2, they probably would have came out early and just boot camp for like a month and a half. Yeah. Because these guys care so much. They show up before anyone else. They grind it out. They've been here for 3 weeks at this point. They want this so badly. They were so close last time, 9th place. They want more.
I think everybody continuously doubts OCE as a complete region, and they come in every single
grind and they get results.
Every single major trying to prove a point. I think this could be the major that Renegades proves their point.
I do think it matters to them so much. It's fascinating to me to see the dichotomy of all the videos we've seen so far. Every team's been like, oh, we just want to have a good time. Like, this team actually has a good time. They actually are such goofballs off the pitch and on the pitch, but at the same time, it matters to them so much, Bates.
It really does matter to them. I mean, listen, they have OC on their back. That's why they're here early. They understand that they don't have the opportunity to scrim against the best in the world all the time. So when you're given that chance, you make sure you get here early. Make sure that preparation is there. So when these type of matchups come up, when you got to go up against Seiko, you already know how he plays. You are from the scrims. You know how Metro approaches the ball. You know how he waits a sniper, and then you take all that into account and you play your game.
They got to have confidence here. Gibbs coming in, knowing that they were able to end this environment. Beat Endpoint at the Fall Major. Can they do it again? We're going to find out, chat. Let us know who you think is going to win in the Verizon fan vote. Use #END or #RNG, depending on who you are rooting for there. Gibbs, this is a tough one.
This is a tough one. Huge upset last time around. I don't think it happens again. I have Endpoint winning this group. I have to pick them here, so I'm going Endpoint.
Oof. Ooh, this is so tough, so tough. I want to back CJ.
Do it.
But I can't. Oh. I can't. I was talking to Seiko, and we were talking about 1v1 it. He's going to demolish me. He's playing on the ceiling and everything. I got to go Endpoint, man. It's too much mechanical ability. They always have fun while they're playing as well. The mentality, the NRG mentality that they're copying, it's on point. Endpoint.
Listen, usually I would go Endpoint.
Oh, no.
But I'm already learning from this LAN experience, man. I'm already learning. I heard that boy Calm all the way from over here. All the way from over here. Every single time they need a moment, Calm is screaming. Does anyone on Endpoint have that CJ height? I don't think so, man. All it takes is a couple clutch moments, Fever, a couple double taps. You're going to have CJ screaming across the Seiko. Is he going to be ready to handle? And you got to think about it. Endpoint might have a little PTSD. Going up against Renegades, man. Listen, they started them off slow early, and I think they might do it again. I'm going Renegades. I'm going Renegades on this one. Nice said and done.
Okay, man. Bates is convincing me here. Bates is convincing me here.
We're all CJ fans.
Everyone wants to see CJ win.
No. I want to see him lose because then he's on the desk with us.
Oh,
So I would
No,
prefer
come
that.
on, come on.
Let him
Come
join us.
Let him go out on his own terms. Let him go. We got plenty of great people on the desk already here. I think I'm going to go with Renegades on this one. I think CJ and Cammy and Fever can get loud if they, especially if they
Loud and
score
proud.
early, strike first, get in the heads. The same way we saw V1 get in the FaZe's heads here. I think we see the upsets, and it's been an upset kind of day.
It has been.
My goodness, we're going to be a split desk down here. How split is chat, though? I want to know. This one seems a little pretty close there. 57 going to endpoint here. What? Okay, so Bates, the attitude's all great, but when it comes to what's happening on the pitch here, what does Renegades need to do to shut down a player like Seiko?
You don't?
You play around him?
Yeah,
You hope he has a bad day. Yeah.
You gotta hope that you gotta give him, you gotta hope that he is, like Gibbs said, having a little bit of an off day in and of itself. I mean, he gets his space, he gets his time. He's probably the most threatening player in the game itself. What you gotta do is you gotta neutralize Metza and Relating Wave to the greatest extent possible, and I'll probably make you as successful as possible. That's what I think.
And this is small region versus big region. Last time around, Fall Major, 3-12 small regions versus big regions. One of those wins was here, but most of the time, NA in Europe, they take down these other regions. They are huge favorites here, absolutely. But if there's a bad day by him, that star player in Seiko, there's a chance, because Endpoint, they rely so heavily on him.
Do you truly believe Seiko's about to have a bad day, though, Gibbs?
No, I don't. I mean, he just yawned, so I'm a little worried. But
oh, no, get that man a Red Bull.
Yeah, please. We need some energy drinks out there ASAP. But, like, I don't think he will. But at the same time, it's like one game could be the difference. We know with the momentum, we know with CJ yelling, you never know what can happen. We saw it in Group A, version 1. They come out on top right now. A lot of that is just the hype, just riding that high. We'll see if Endpoint can make sure that they're ahead of the curve the entire time.
And then in game ones are really big in these series, especially for a team like FaZe. That's something I should have thought about earlier. FaZe probably walked in thinking they were going to take game one against V1. Endpoint, I'm gonna say they're a little bit more mature. I'm a little mature, a little bit more understanding that anything can happen on here. So maybe they won't react as badly as if they once they lose game one, if they are to lose game one. But anybody, once you take game one, it's anybody's series in my opinion.
Yeah,
that shakes it all up.
Rolled is, I mean, I think we used to always talk about game one. It's like, oh, it's this feelers. Well, teams trying to figure out what they do. I feel like now, game one is the hit him with your hardest punch, hit him with the strategy you came in with, and then adapt moving forward. Do you see that similar, like that continuing on in the games that you play?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, you want to have that momentum to start off the bat, and that's what teams are feeding off, especially at this LAN. So I think it's a good point going forward that the first win is going to be maybe the whole win.
Game one setting the tone for the match. Who's going to get it here in Renegades versus Endpoint? A storied rematch in LANs as far as we're concerned here for RLCS 21 and 22. Let's get over to the pitch and see who's going to take it down. Endpoint in the blue, Renegades in the orange. The Verizon Skybox has got the call for you.
A story of redemption and revenge between Endpoint and Renegades. Renegades trying to get past the top 8 performance, and Endpoint just trying to get revenge from losing this matchup in the Fall Major. Jeez, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, definitely should be an excellent match no matter which way you dice it. I think there's a lot of good points that you can look at. You know, Endpoint tends to have a much stronger counterattack game, and they tend to play a lot of defense, so if Renegades are able to get out there and apply that pressure early on, they may get the momentum that Roldes was talking about on the desk. The only problem is Endpoint has grown by leaps and bounds since the Fall Major. Seiko is an incredibly dangerous force and would not be surprised to see the Endpoint counterattack crack through the Renegades defense once or twice.
You got to think, too, on Endpoint's side of the field, they have a lot in terms of offensive firepower. You see Wave up with the ball there, but Fever's going to get a beat, forcing Seiko. Oh, that's a big whiff from Seiko, and Fever will score that goal.
A rough start to this series, to say the least. I mean, Relating Wave trying its best to hang with it, but Fever, way to understand the angles, get up in front, and Seiko, I mean, he really probably wasn't even thinking he was going to have to make a save from right there, just couldn't get up in time.
Got to get the LAN jitters out the way. I remember Wave saying that at the Fall Major after their first day. And now, looks to be part of the case here. As you see Seiko up with the ball. Gets the flip reset. Uses the flip, tries to carry it past the entire Renegades defense. And Mets looking for a pass middle to Wave, but it will be blocked out. Renegades defense holding up here early.
Really got to like that patience from the Renegades defense as well. Explosions in the midfield, and That's really the big thing is you can't get drawn too far into whatever type of air dribble Seiko's going to bring at you because he can throw you a lot of mix-ups, and you kind of got to give him a little extra space to make sure you understand what he's doing because he's exceptionally powerful at breaking down defenders.
See Cammy launching that one downfield, gonna bring some space here to Renegades. They get some offensive pressure. How long can they hold on to it? When Seiko's on the ball, not really that long. You see him now struggling to maintain possession. CJ will get a big clear, and now we'll see Renegades again on the offense. Haven't amounted to much, but that shot, that testing shot from Cammy, forcing a double commit. As Endpoint, they're able to get the ball downfield as well, but we haven't seen too many shots from them either.
Yeah, I'm really liking Renegade's approach as well because both teams taking very, very deep rotation back for both sides. Seiko uncontested here as Fever coming out of his own corner, able to make a clear out to the side. But when you're so focused on making sure you don't give anything up, then you do kind of lose a little bit of ability to put extra pressure on a defense.
We're going to see exactly how much pressure Renegades can block out. CJ with a touchdown. 3 minutes left in this first relating wave. Looking for the win on that challenge, but looking for a blocked out. CJ with a touchdown. With some decent offensive pressure here now. Seiko.
For Renegades, I mean, this is really good. CJ looking for a shot. Almost that one was just right off the top of the crossbar.
For Renegades, I mean, this is really good. CJ looking for a shot. Almost that one was just right off the top of the crossbar.
That's great pressure overall from Renegades.
They tend to play a lot of defense. Renegades slowly starting to sink their teeth in a little bit more here as Tommy Bynes making some time with the midfield. And Renegades trying to find the teeth in out of the map instead of a bit of that field position with the midfield.
See how these teams handle with this midfield space.
Reset a little bit of that field position.
Right now, Seiko going with boost and needs it. That one's going to bounce off the back one. Fever a little bit too fast. And now, Cammy
Seiko, the only
trying
one
again.
that needs
This is
it.
really good setup here for Renegades.
A little bit too fast.
Will they be able to hold on to the ball? We'll drop down. CJ, will miss that one. Cammy gets
really good.
Wave is going to shoot. And Seiko will pick up the tie-goal.
We'll drop down. CJ, will miss that one. Cammy gets bumped. Wave is going to shoot. And Seiko will pick up the tying goal.
They find a way to break that hold out. Tough approach for Renegades. Two people not even getting their hands on it. Concede one that they probably feel they should
find a way to break out of their own half.
Everything seemed to be informed there for Renegades. Just one
mistake. They shouldn't have given up.
And it's an open net look for Endpoint.
Everything seemed to be all tied up. Informed there for Renegades, and just one mistake.
Big 50 win.
And it's an open net look for Endpoint.
But
now
only for
everything's all
a
tied
certain
up.
amount of time.
And, oh my goodness, Seiko with that carry. Big 50 win.
Gives that one up to Seiko.
Push through,
Pops
but
it to the end. What's he going to do? Has one flip. Has two flips. Activates them. And gets it past the defense on the goal line.
Gives that one up to Seiko.
Nothing's doing with that flip.
Pops it to the end. What's he going to do? Has one flip. Has two flips. Activates them and gets it past the defense on the goal line. But nothing's doing with that flip.
Let him have the first flip reset. Make the push forward. But after that, he's a lot more committed to a trajectory. He's going to pinball around, keep the wall, the midfield going, cleared away.
Huge amount of space. Renegades get a free clear.
Put on here by Endpoint. Final minute remaining.
Make it back in time for this 4-point transition.